everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Bushel for the second episode. I am Mallory Prescott, the marketing intern here at Latham Seeds. Today, here with me is John Latham and Greg Jaacks. Greg has spent the last 50 years at Latham Seeds, and his story is deeply tied to the company's history, its people, and its values. From growing up next door to the Lathams to working side by side with his dad, Greg's journey is one of loyalty, family, and hard work. Greg, thanks for joining us today, and congratulations on 50 years.
We're really fortunate to have Greg here, and we're celebrating his 50 years this next week with a celebration, and just wanted to talk about some of the memories over the years of working together. So when you think about your 50 years, Greg, can you remember the first day when you started, and what are your memories? Can you imagine you'd ever be here 50 years later?
I can't. I can remember my very first day. I showed up here and I was sitting down in the scale house waiting to go to work on a chair and just kind of wondering how it was all going to go. More worried about the first day than anything, so, I'd do my job like I was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
But to be here for 50 years, I wasn't thinking about that. So
just trying to get through the day, I'm sure, at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably nervous with a new job.
Yeah.
But yeah, you literally grew up right next door here. Lived for a while here, right on the plant. Can you tell us about some of your memories of those times?
Yeah, we grew up over here, not very far from the Willard's house. So I was always around the Latham boys quite a bit. Your dad always paid a lot of attention to me, so I had fun with him. But, just being that little, I was always trying to follow him around because I kind of wanted to see everything and be part of it or something to do anyhow. But usually ended up in a spot where I probably shouldn't have been. I know I was always kind of getting run back to the house off and on, but one particular story I kind of remember was as being little, they had this mean rooster that was here. And I was scared to death to go outside because when you went out, he would actually attack you and jump on your back all the time.
Oh, wow.
And kind of peck at you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was petrified from that thing. And that went on quite a while. And one day I was outside and no rooster. And I'm like, huh. And I said something to Dad about, well, I don't see that rooster no more. Well, evidently other people were getting tired of the same thing that was happening to them too. And according to him, the way he disappeared is I think they were chopping silage at the time, and the boys fired up the silage chopper and threw the rooster through
it. They had enough.
Yeah.
That was the end of the old rooster.
Yeah.
That's funny. I've heard a lot of stories over the years about the boys running all over this place and jumping on bins and all sorts of stuff. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you were fortunate like me to be able to work with your dad for more than 20 years. What was it like, and what did you learn from him?
It was great working with him. I mean, we were always kind of like friends. I mean, we did a lot of things together.
Mm-hmm.
Learned a lot of stuff from him. He was very good at teaching me, the things I needed to know or what I needed to know. So, yeah, the nice part is working with him for that long. Maybe some of the downer part was that he always expected a lot more from me than anybody else. So.
Right. Probably like a coach that wants more out of you than everybody else. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for those who don't know, Greg's dad, Marv, was the plant manager for, I think 43 years altogether here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got to work with him too for a lot of years, but a great guy. So how would you describe what Latham Seeds was like when you first started compared to now?
Well, when I first came, of course, there was a lot less buildings and a lot less bins.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just the first warehouse that ran east and west was pretty small. And as far as bins go, there was a few government bins and maybe 6 or 7 of the bigger bins at that time. So, but I mean, that was the times, and that's how it was. Everything seemed to be great, just starting here and watching the different changes in the seed, how it was and the way it changed, stuff like that. It was just a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite story or memory from your time working here? Maybe something makes you laugh?
Oh boy, I don't know if I can come up with anything offhand. Uh, I don't know. There was just the guys I worked with. They were always doing something goofy or something,
Mhm.
and worked with a really great bunch of guys for a lot of years, and to come up with any particular story right now, I don't think I can. So
I remember some stories with Kevin Mullenbeck. I
yeah,
remember the one when he tricked my dad and pretended like he had an accident with a motorcycle, and Dad came out thinking he was hurt, and then he took off running.
yeah, it was at quitting time, and we were getting ready to leave, and he went down the driveway and laid his motorcycle on the ground and laid there like he had an accident. Your dad came out and seen that, and I mean, we all thought he was hurt,
Right.
but by the time we even got close to him, he was already up and had it running and went down the road. So, yeah.
He didn't think Dad was going to see that at all.
No.
So there are a lot of practical jokes back then. It was a really good crew over the years. You've seen agriculture and seed production change a lot over the decades. What stands out the most about some of those changes?
Well, when I first started here, it was quite different. We were probably running 7 varieties.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them were what they called publics. So they would have been in kind of a public bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, if I remember right, I think them sold for like $7 and something a bag.
Right.
And, as things changed with the genetics and the traits and all the stuff that you can get bred into stuff for, how it helps, and with the, getting a better crop and everything out of it, it's just, to me, amazing that they can actually do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really glad when Roundup came along, then we didn't have to walk beans no more. So I was pretty happy about that. So
I grew up walking a lot of beans with you, and then the guys back in the day. There was a lot of weeds back then, I remember.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So as you look ahead to retirement, what are some of the things you're most excited about?
Well, being it's fall, I'm kind of excited that some of them cold winter days, mornings, I don't have to get up and go out into that and try to get to work and stuff like that. But other than that, I got some projects, and looking forward to next summer. I want to do some motorcycle riding, and I like to go up north fishing. And my wife, we got a camper now, so I guess I'm going camping too. So that's kind of, I guess, what I'm looking forward to.
No, that sounds great. Yeah, hope the fishing is good next summer for sure. So after 50 years, what will you miss the most about coming to work every day?
Well, after you do that for so long, I mean, you're going to miss it all, really. I mean, you come here and you get here in the morning and you want to get stuff going, and, you get to talk to the guys,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Just being here, I don't know what it's going to be like not going to work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've worked all my life, so I don't really know the difference in it, and probably need to find more hobbies too, because I don't have very many of them.
Well, you've been working a lot of hours and stuff over the years. So for those of you who don't know, I mean, Greg has taken, we've been known for quality for a long time with Latham Seeds, and Greg is a huge part of that and has taken tremendous pride in the quality that comes out of Latham. So I just want to say a big thank you to you for all your hard work and everything, and look forward to celebrating with you next week. And don't turn your phone off, because we're going to need you from time to time to figure out how to run everything around here.
No, that'd be fine. I would be more than happy to help with that.
So
Greg, thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. Your dedication, loyalty, and love for what you do really represents the heart of Latham High-Tech Seeds. Congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for 50 incredible years of service. That's all for today's episode of Beyond the Bushel. Be sure to follow along for more stories from the people who grow the legacy of Latham High-Tech Seeds.